Lawmakers continue to fight over North Carolina's controversial bathroom law, but it's families of transgender teenagers that are on the front lines of this battle. Joining us now is Hope Tyler. She lives in North Carolina. She is the mother of a transgender teenager. Hope, great to have you on New Day with us this morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Before we get to the law and the effect that it's had on your family, I just want to tell your personal story because it's really incredible to hear how you've gotten to this point. When your child was 12 years old, your child named Kylie was 12, she became paralyzed, mysteriously paralyzed. She couldn't walk and she couldn't move. You took her to doctors who couldn't find anything physically wrong with her, but they suspected that something psychological was going on. And through therapy and a psychological evaluation, Kylie admitted that she felt that she was trapped in the wrong body. And she identified as a boy, and she began the transition to become Kai. What was that like for you as a mom?
It was a wonderful relief because we finally figured out what was going on. Ever since she was little, she was dressing in tomboy clothes, wanted boy toys. At age 8, she was the only girl on her flag football team and did fantastically. And then at 9, 10, and 11, anxiety kicked in horribly. And we'd go to therapists and to the ER, and they couldn't figure out what was causing the anxiety. And we kept talking to her, wondering what was going on and what was so traumatic to have her have conversion disorder. Conversion disorder is when your body shuts down physically and you become paralyzed either in your arms or your legs. And Kylie, at the time, was in a wheelchair for 5 months and had to go have physical therapy at Wake Med here.
Oh my gosh. And so during this whole traumatic episode, you also had to start researching what transgender means, and you had to get your arms around it. So as a mom, what did you learn?
Thank you so much for asking me that question. One thing people don't understand is that girls have XXY chromosomes. Boys have XY chromosomes. Girls have XX chromosomes. Boys have XY chromosomes. The gene that determines your sex, the sex's chromosomes, is called the XRY gene. And when the little piece of that Y gene falls off, that's what causes a transgender boy. When there is no X involved in the chromosomes, that's what causes a transgender girl. Another thing that people need to know is there's a whole series of XXY, YYX. These are people that have breast with male genitalia. There's also people that have both genitalia. These children need to be recognized because this isn't new to us as parents. This is new to
sort of
everybody
society,
in
as
the
a
world.
whole, trying to understand this. And so after Kylie became Kai, then and things were going well, and he transitioned and was feeling much better. Then about 3 months ago, when the news of this law, HB2, started hitting the press, then what was his reaction?
He was so stressed out. We had to hospitalize him. And the reason what caused the depression was he wasn't necessarily worried about himself because he's been out for a while. He started worrying about his little transgender friends that he mentors to. They weren't completely being understood, because transgender boys that haven't had the testosterone yet, they look like, they look like little girls in dresses, but the transgender girls, they look like boys in dresses. And, you know, they get teased a lot, and the HB2 law has just put them in the spotlight. And that's unfair because there were no issues before this law came about. And it's just a wonderful thing to be here to speak on behalf of these children. Calls into our TransLine suicide hotlines have doubled. It's absolutely frightening. We do not need any children to die. One thing that devastated me was when Leila Alcorn, wonderful Caucasian transgender girl, committed suicide. That's what really made me wanted to talk and be a voice about this. And then after she passed away, Blake Brockington or Blake Brockingham, I forget his last name, excuse me for that. He's an African-American boy that was from our Queen City here in Charlotte. He was a very strong activist for all of the trans community. He was stressed and committed suicide. So that's the point that I wanted to get across. And thank you so much for having me. I greatly appreciate it.
Well, Hope, thank you for telling your personal story about Kai. It really, really helps to hear from a mom and how you were able to understand what was going on with your child. Thanks so much. We wish you the best of luck.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.